Hello friends, I know there will be a question in your mind that if this person is a Swami, why is he wearing different colored dresses and just like anybody else? See, the rules of the game of any rules, the purpose of the rules is to give you structure in life. Give you means your mind, your constitution is structure. So once your constitution is structured, once you are attaining higher and higher goals, what happens is you are not bound by these rules. And sannyasa itself, if you can see in the Adi Shankaracharya movie also of 1982 or 81, in that movie also he said माया मोह से दूर रहने वालों को क्या नियम है, क्या विधि है, क्या निषेध है, ये बोलते हैं। जब शंकराचार्य को ये क्वेश्चन किया जाता है कि आप तो सन्यासी हो, आप फिर आपका माताजी का दहन संस्कार कैसे करोगे, राइट? देयरफॉर okay, let me speak in English. When Shankaracharya was questioned, when he came to perform the funeral rites of his mother as promised to her, the people around who are also scholarly, they said, you are a sannyasi, you have renounced karma kanda, which is all actions, all yajna yagadis, or all Vedic rituals. So how can you perform such a ritual to your mother if you are a sannyasi? You cannot, you should not, as per the rules. So his reply was that, see, rules are for those who are in Maya and Moha. Maya is briefly delusion, and Moha is infatuation. So if people who are bound by things of delusion and infatuation, for them the rules are there to get out of that kind of delusion and infatuation, but not for those who have already got out, or who are very strongly established in the path of knowledge. So why I gave you this example is, now a very flawed logic people will show is, are you comparing yourself with Shankaracharya? So if I say something, Vivekananda says, are you comparing yourself with Vivekananda? If I say Sri Ramakrishna did this, so this is not wrong, you will say, are you comparing with Sri Ramakrishna? Do you think you are Sri Ramakrishna? See, the basic common sense point is that when you are meditating on Sri Ramakrishna, there are or any great personality, there are three kinds of meditations: Leela Dhyana, Guna Dhyana, and Rupa Dhyana. Okay, so you meditate on the form, that is Rupa Dhyana. You meditate on their deeds, that is Leela Dhyana. You meditate on their qualities. Now, whenever you are meditating on your guru or on the deity, chosen deity, you are meditating them and you are acquiring them also. So if I acquire some of the qualities of my Ishtadevata and I am able to succeed, naturally do it, not as an imitation, but actually become naturally established in those values, in those qualities, then that is not, that is actually a very desirable state. You are very half-baked logic, and then that kind of very worldly way of spinning things, and then you say that, do you think you are yeah, we all want to. Just check yourself. Do you want to, if you are given a chance, do you want to go towards where Sri Ramakrishna was, and do you want to go towards where Vivekananda, Buddha, Shankaracharya are, or not? You want to, right? We are all traveling towards that destination. So it depends on the confidence of each person, or the nature, or the stature. Stature is not limited by your age, not by your gender, nor by your jati, caste, or anything like that. Okay, so please, or your seniority or something like that. All these are very kindergarten things in real spiritual life. Therefore, what I am trying to say is that colored clothes, or any such thing is not at all a factor in spiritual life, number one. I mean, for any person who is whose consciousness is already evolved into something that is not reversible. So for those people it is not. For beginners, definitely you need to practice so many things. Number one. Number two, imitation of externals is wrong. Imitation of internals. There is a book called Imitation of Christ, which Vivekananda used to carry along with Bhagavad Gita all his wandering days. So this is called Imitation of Christ. Imitation of Christ, internals, Christ's internal personality, internal character, internal world is always the path. Yadyad acharate shreshtaha. Okay. So whatever the excellent people have done, you imitate them. You imitate not to imitate, but you imitate to learn. Okay, with the attitude of learning. Now, who will decide? It is self-decided, or Guru decides it, whether that person is genuine or not. It is not a certificate program or a course that someone will certify, the other persons will certify. There are people who can certify, but there are so many conditions that are not possible in this world right now in this situation. Overall, I am only trying to say that if you think my dress defines what I am, or whether you have to regard me, consider me as something, whatever you think or whatever I claim to be, etc., then chalo, I am not talking to you at all. I am not addressing, this channel is not for you. Number one. Number two, I am not saying that there is no significance or importance for the dress or the appearance. It is there, because people in the world are very, very attached to the external description. And also, common sense says that if you are seeing me for the first time, how will you know what long history I have or what I am? You don't know, right? So it definitely helps to introduce a person in a particular way. So all of that is required to introduce a person. But once you know the person, who that person is, once you are trained to conclude upon one person based on that person's knowledge and not about his or her money, position, etc., then you don't need the externals to decide who that person is. Number two. A very important point, I don't want to put it in number 1, 2, 3 also. So a very important point I want to tell you is that a person's eligibility or qualification is decided by that person's excellence in the following qualities. The sadhana chatushtaya mentioned in Viveka Chudamani very well, and they are nityanitya vastu viveka, hiyamutra phalabhoga viragaha, samadhi shatka sampatti, mumukshutvam. So you better decide about the eligibility or credibility or the qualification of a person based on these things, not on the basis of what brand of organization he comes from, or what dress he wears, or whether he has good company or bad, and so many things, etc. People with bad company also have to live, right? For example, Vivekananda had to live amongst us. We such lowly people. Vivekananda had to live with people who are nonsensical. Like Vivekananda came to India, they organized a very huge welcoming for him. Tens of thousands of people have come, I think, at various places. And you know what? After all doing all of that, one of the organizers come to him and hands over the bill for garlanding, for the garlands he purchased, for so many other things that he purchased, to felicitate Vivekananda. Just imagine. Vivekananda was furious. He was really like furious. he couldn't believe he is living with people who are thinking like that, and he also innocently believed these people have recognized something that that ought to be recognized in him, but they didn't. They recognized only a great person, a great brand, who, if they felicitate this person, they might increase in value, they might have better value in the society, and therefore they felicitated Vivekananda, uh, and they hand over the bill to Vivekananda, right? Was it not difficult, if you think correctly, for Vivekananda, was it not extremely difficult for him to live with people like us? Therefore, you have to keep company of people who you get. Okay, if you have choice, then you try to have better company anyway. Okay, therefore, please understand, one point is judge a person based on the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti that person has, number one. Number two, what you will get from that person, that also you judge by whether that person is ready to distribute that sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, if you are willing and obedient. Okay, and the third thing is whether that person, whatever that person is claiming, is able to give you substantiation, give you proof in support of whatever that person is saying, and also establish what is the measurement to measure that person's claim, whether that person's claim is right or wrong. That measurement also should be given to you. Therefore, I hope this broadly answers the question why I wear regular dresses even though I have been ordained a sannyasi. Thank you.